I don't know why I do this to myself. I just got back from seeing Madam Web. Wow. Okay, let's talk about it. I'm gonna get straight to the point. This movie's terrible, okay? Madam Web is horrible, terrible, bad, whatever word you want to use, that's what it is. Madam Web is a train wreck, okay? It is. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I feel maybe there's a better version of this movie somewhere. Maybe before it was got made, but like maybe there's a script or something or a version of this film in the editing bay that's better than the one we just got. I don't want to know, I really don't care, because at the same time I'm like, they put this version out. If Sony literally knew this was going to be terrible, they should have pushed it back and tried to do reshoots and try to fix it or something, because my God, this was so bad. And it's so bad on so many levels. It isn't just one thing that brings the film down, because the story's horrible, the script, the dialogue, it's all bad. And I feel bad for the actors, because at times it feels like they're trying, but other times it's like, oh, they're phoning it in. And it's probably because they're under a contract and they're pretty much screwed, because they're probably on set going, damn, they're making all these changes. Well, okay, I guess I gotta say this new dialogue or whatever. And it's so irritating. And on top of that too, the editing actually makes it worse at times too, because there's some editing choices I'm like, what the fuck? Why would they make that decision? Everything was working against this movie. That's the thing. And the thing is too, Sony got the writers of Morbius. And these writers apparently also worked on Gods of Egypt. And I think there was something else that was just like, what the hell? They got them to write the script. How many changes were made to the script? That's the question too. But that's the foundation. Sony literally just doesn't give a shit. And the thing is too, I don't care anymore about the Sony stuff anymore, besides their animation. It's so jarring and weird that you have Morbius and Madam Web come out from the live action side of Sony Marvel products, and they are hot garbage. They are terrible. But then you have the Spider-Verse side, the animation side, which is great, which is fantastic, which is some of the best stuff that's ever come out of comic book movies, is the Spider-Verse films. But then you have Madam Web and Morbius, and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? What are they doing? And they have Kraven coming out, which I have no faith in Kraven. I don't. I really don't care. But maybe it'll be better. Maybe. Maybe. And Venom 3, I mean, look, Venom Let There Be Carnage wasn't great, but it was fine. Venom 1 was better, in my opinion, in terms of I had more enjoyment out of it. So maybe Venom 3 will be better, but I don't know. But Sony doesn't care, okay? I think they just made this movie with some people that you may or may not know, and use the name Madam Web, and let's just see what happens. Like, they're literally throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. And unfortunately, their last 2 live action outings have not worked, okay? I think Morbius was the last one before this one, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. This movie was just horrible, okay? And I just couldn't give a shit. And I tried. Like, I left all of my ideas and opinions and, like, you know, my thought process about this movie, about me not really giving a shit, at the door when I went and go to the theater. By the way, there was no one else in the theater. At least I didn't see anybody else. But then again, I went during the middle of the day. But still, like, I try my best to go in and just let the film be, and let's just see what happens. Regardless of all the negative impact, or the negative reviews and everything, no, it still didn't help. Because literally I'm sitting there in like the first 5 to 10 minutes, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, maybe. And to me, there isn't really anything redeeming. Like I said, the cast try at points, so maybe that's a plus, but it's at points. It's not the entirety of the film, because everything just weighs this movie down. And also, too, it feels like Sony just made this movie as a setup for another film. Like, it really felt like, okay, well, we'll get them kind of a story, but it's really setting up the future of these characters. Like, no, because no one's going to care. And if you do, that's completely fine. If you go out and see Madam Web and you have a fun time, because there are people that are giving a positive review, if you're one of those people, round of applause. Okay, I have nothing against you if you think Madam Web is actually pretty solid, or you actually enjoyed it, whatever, or you liked it more than I did. That's great. I'm just saying, for me, no. Okay, I don't know why I watched this movie. I wasted my time watching this movie. It's just so infuriating, because I know Sony can do better. Okay, they've proven it time and time again before, back in the Tobey era. Now, Andrew era, of course, they had Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 2. But they've had a decent run over the course of their comic book movie run with their Spider-Man and Spider-Man-less characters. I mean, like I said, Venom 1, pretty solid, you know, wasn't terrible, but, you know. And it's like, you know, they're trying to do something, but this is just not good. Sony, yeah. So if you have any interest in Madam Web, go check it out, I guess. But yeah, don't know if you're gonna be fun of it. But if you have any fun, that's good. That's good, right? But not me. No.